Welcome to the Explainer, folks. I am your host, the Armchair Galáctico. Now, normally when I make a prediction, the couch has spoken, period. But today? Well, today we are reviewing Matchday 1 of the 2026 World Cup. 24 matches, 12 groups, and one deeply humbled inflatable recliner that genuinely believed it knew things. We're going to dive into every single result, every hot take, and see exactly how yours truly got completely and utterly turned upside down. Right off the bat, we gotta talk about the elephant in the room. How exactly does a self-proclaimed expert pundit, an absolute footballing intellect, mind you, end up with the exact same predictive hit rate as a quarter you'd find between the sofa cushions? Well, here is the harsh mathematical reality. Across the 22 matches where this literal throne of knowledge went on the record with a winner, the final tally was 11 and 11. Yep, 11 correct predictions, 11 completely wrong picks. That is exactly 50%. And mathematically speaking, 50% is literally a coin flip. Actually, scratch that, it might be worse than a coin flip, considering all the effort I put in. The tragic irony of the whole situation is just staggering. On one side, you've got the Armchair Galáctico, right? Analyzing form, studying expected goals, and sweating over 3-paragraph justifications for every single pick. And on the other side, a literal piece of metal, doing absolutely nothing, requiring zero effort, and achieving the exact same accuracy. It's a humbling reality to face, let me tell you. Okay, moving on to section 1, superstars delivering the goods. Because, look, while my quote-unquote infallible algorithm was busy getting things spectacularly wrong, the world's biggest players actually stepped onto the pitch and did exactly what they were supposed to do. Take Lionel Messi. 38 years old, people. On his 6th World Cup and his 200th international cap, he drops a hat-trick in Argentina's 3-0 win over Algeria. This wasn't just a great game. This drew him level with Miroslav Klose's all-time men's World Cup scoring record. Honestly, no debate, no runner-up worth naming. It was the performance of the day. Then we've got the man who basically treats scoring like a mundane administrative task. Erling Haaland, just doing Haaland things. Scoring twice in your World Cup debut because, well, that's just what you do. He powered a 4-1 win over Iraq. And listen, let's take a brief moment of silence to celebrate the couch's greatest triumph of the week, okay? I predicted an Iraq 4-0 loss, so we missed a single late consolation goal. I am absolutely taking credit for this 4-1 call, and fair warning, I will be insufferable about it for the rest of the tournament. And of course, the superstars just kept rolling. The Galacticos' verdict was right on the money here. Kylian Mbappe officially took the French crown in a 3-1 win against Senegal. He became France's all-time leading scorer, cruising past Olivier Giroud. And then, just to make absolutely sure nobody in the stadium missed the memo, he immediately scored a second goal a minute later. So yeah, the giants of the game, they definitely showed up. All right, brace yourselves for section 2, the 27-shot bust. Prepare yourselves, because this is where the couch suffered its most spectacular failure. Just let this number sink in for a second. 27. That is the total number of shots Spain took against Cape Verde. 27 attempts at goal in a single 90-minute football match. Yours truly confidently predicted a comfortable 3-0 Spanish rout, a total walk in the park. The grim reality? Actual Spain goals? 0. Actual Cape Verde goals? 0. Out of those 27 shots, not a single one found the back of the net. Unbelievable. So you're probably wondering, why was my infallible algorithm so embarrassingly wrong? Well, the fatal flaw comes down entirely to one man, Bozinha, a 40-year-old goalkeeper for Cape Verde who just decided to wake up and have the absolute game of his life. He made 7 massive saves. He actually became the oldest keeper to make that many saves in a World Cup match since Pat Jennings stopped 10 at age 41, way back in 1986. I predicted a blowout. Instead, we got a 40th birthday masterclass. Moving on to section 3, breakouts and first ever goals. Because Matchday 1 wasn't just about established superstars and massive busts. It was about the underdogs bringing pure, unadulterated chaos to the group stages. Enter our undisputed breakout star, Elijah Just. This guy is a forward for Motherwell, a player most people probably didn't have strong opinions about a month ago. He scores twice to drag New Zealand level 2-2 with Iran, completely upstaging the much-hyped Mehdi Taremi in the process. We boldly claimed a clean 2-0 Iran win, assuming the couch had spoken. Yeah, well, Elijah just completely tore up that script. Then we have the class of firsts. Listen to this. 4 nations scored their first ever World Cup goals this week. We saw history from Curacao, a nation whose entire population could literally fit in a mid-sized stadium, courtesy of Sharon Comenceda against Germany. Yoane Wissa grabbed a stoppage-time equalizer for DR Congo against Portugal, Yazid Alwan struck for Jordan, and Abasbek Faizalev capitalized on a huge mistake for Uzbekistan against Colombia. Now, the brutal reality here? None of these teams actually won their matches, but those moments, they will be replayed in those countries for decades.
And honestly, we can't talk about chaos without firing through these honorable mentions. Our pristine predictions got the Australia versus Turkey match entirely backwards. We called Turkey 2-1, Australia won it 2-0. Two different ways to be completely wrong on the exact same match. We also saw Cristiano Ronaldo become the oldest outfield player to start a World Cup match at 41, only to fail to score, while a DR Congo player half his career had never even heard of found the net. Oh, and Ghana outplaying Panama all game only to lose 1-0 in the literal 95th minute. Pure, unfiltered chaos.
Which brings us to the final section, the Couch's final report card. It's time to summarize the overarching themes of Matchday 1 and prepare for our inevitable Matchday 2 humbling. Here are the 3 core rules we learned, which the Galactico will almost certainly ignore next week. 1. Favorites do not get comfortable wins anymore. Spain, Belgium, Portugal, they were all expected to cruise, and they all left with draws. 2. Substitutes are deciding matches. Managers who wait until the 70th minute to make a change are getting punished, because players off the bench are swinging games late. And 3. Debutants are not showing up to just lose quietly. They are leaving their mark on this tournament. So, after witnessing the Galacticos stumble to a totally mediocre 50% hit rate, I have to ask you directly. Think you can beat a coin toss? Can you look at this glorious, chaotic mess of a World Cup and do better than an inanimate piece of metal? I highly encourage you to try. Prove the couch wrong, folks. Put your own footballing intellect to the test and build your bracket at bracketmachine.app. And when you do, be absolutely sure to use the promo code Z9U8XX. Because as Matchday 1 just proved to us, the beautiful game bows to no algorithm. If 27 shots can yield 0 goals and a 40-year-old keeper can outplay the world's best, I leave you with this. Is true footballing genius knowing exactly what will happen, or accepting that nobody ever really does? We'll find out next week.